Hello, hello, hello. Why is my model tracking suddenly died? Give me a second. Good opening. Ladies, gentlemen, and all, welcome to Theo Martyn's Balatro Invitational, sponsored by IRIAM US. IRIAM is a streaming app built exclusively for VTubers and their fans. It's designed for your phone, making it super easy for streamers and viewers to connect. Never mind, I have an ad spot for that. Give me a second. Bit of scuff. Whoops. uh, Connect, interact live, and build incredible tight. Let me just restart that. My apologies. I'd like to take a minute to thank the sponsor of this event, IRIAM. IRIAM is a streaming app built exclusively for VTubers and their fans. It's designed for your phone, making it super easy for streamers and viewers to connect, interact live, and build incredible tight knit communities. Plus, with exciting in app events, you can earn exclusive rewards and create unforgettable memories together. You can check out IRIAM right now by scanning the QR code on the screen. And for anyone out there dreaming of becoming a VTuber, listen up. IRIAM is looking for new streamers, whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out. In fact, with their debut support program, you can even get a custom character illustration created just for you in collaboration with their team. This is an amazing opportunity you don't want to miss. If you've ever wanted to be a VTuber, this is your sign to take action. Thank you, IRIAM, for sponsoring this event. All right. So, hello. Welcome. I am still kind of waiting for some people on the back end to finalize a few things, but once we do that, things will get rolling. Give me 1 second. I'm also like cross managing like 5 different channels here. Chat. Okay. Okay. Give me 1 second in the back end. Show all participants. Watch stream. Watch. Oh, start watching multiple streams. Come on. Come on, Discord, please. Review. All right. I think I have that fairly set up. Let me quickly swap back. I think we are ready. So before we do that, let me briefly explain how this event wrong button, will work as I resize my screen to adjust for a change. Yeah, I had plans originally, but plans change, so we adapt. We adapt. There we go. All right. So, within the various VCs, there is everybody. Everybody will also have access to the bracket. How this tournament will work is very simple. Every single player at the start of the game will figure out a specific deck and stake combination that they wish to play on, in combination of a seed provided by yours truly. And simply, the goal is to finish as fast as possible. And basically, this just becomes a challenge of how fast can you actually go? But you don't want to over gamble because if you do not finish your run, you have one attempt. And my model is not liking this. Whoop, bellow. There we go. My apologies. And yeah, if you fail to finish, since you only have one attempt, your score will be your ante and your round that you got to. In case of ties, that will go to whoever survives longer. So in that case, whoever has played more rounds. Your first objective is speed, but your second objective is survival. Each round will have a 20-minute time limit maximum. Failure to finish the run within 20 minutes will be as if you died and your ante and round will be taken. Without further ado, I think everyone is ready. Starts. Give me 1 second. 3, 2, 1, and go. Celeste, you can go. And we're just going to immediately jump into Briar here, who very easily got through the first one, faced with the campfire and ride the bus. Because if you all do not know, this is the tutorial seed, which the tutorial seed is notable for forcing you to ride the bus. But the catch is, we already have everything unlocked here. So this is more of a challenge of how well can you adapt to the various things in front of you. I do have to kind of cross manage like separate things. My apologies. My apologies. Oh, come on. Not now. Where'd my window go? Shoot. Okay. Where where's my window? Scuff is par for the course. Give me 1 second. Ah ha ha. Whoops. Okay. Turn the app. Play. Okay, there we go. My apologies. This is round 1. Once I figure out my stuff is a little bit better. Celeste beats the hook. Briar is in the spectral cards. Picks up the purple seal. And the planet full house. Switching back to Celeste. Looks like Celeste is going to be favoring Flush, which is a very good hand type and one of my personal favorites. Because just of instances like that, you could just walk through and just flush till your heart's content. Switching back to Briar, looks like Briar is playing a lot more Joker based. But the big question of the day is, will it be enough? Because here you do get the Mystic Summit boost, but that's not the straight Joker. That's not the flush Joker, that's the straight Joker. Ooh, that is a fantastic flush there. Will that get us here? No, not quite. Ante 3 round 4. So can Celeste beat Ante 3 round 4? Now, this is a bit of a relaxing thing because there is still 16 minutes left in the rut. So, in theory, Celeste here can just take their time and hopefully get to where they need to be. For being a flush deck, the Hex might actually be a very useful thing as well because you can get the polychrome on stuff, especially since that's the one that can't die. Of course, you would 50-50, there's a chance it would have picked the other one and not knocked out the first, but what can you do? But the blue joker will put in a little bit of work to at least be able to get you through this ante too. Since it is flush deck, you can get a lot of chips without needing to do discards as often. Driver's license is a very funny instance. But I mean, the driver's license session, and that's a natural negative, shoot the moon. So off this current point, if Celeste has basically secured survival more than anything, now really this is just a case of how far is she willing to go? Because at this point in time, Celeste has taken the round, so we'll see. We shall see. Nothing really useful for a flush deck here. Forever Kind is okay if you can get the deck fixing for it. And going for the large flushes. 948, if you do the math, 948 times 3, that would be 27. This might be the same exact one that she dies on. Three of a kind. 847. Ante 3, round 8. And as we do that, I'm going to hold very quickly, let this timer still go. Do a tiny bit of cleaning. Please, only in reporting and timekeeping, only give anti-round best hand just so I can very easily like keep track of who did what and compare. So as of right now, Briar has finished, Saphira has finished, Vana has finished, Trixie has finished, and Celeste has finished. Let me see, and nobody else is currently here, so let me very quickly hop into Jen here. Do a tiny bit of holding just to see if anybody finishes in decent time as well, because if not, we're going to have to do a little bit of stalling. And I am going to probably very quickly hop to my commercial break. Give me one quick second.
Hey, you. Yes, you! Come closer. A bit more. Perfect. Are you always on your phone when you're bored? Do you like anime? Do you like VTubers? Well, check out IRIAM today! Like, right now! Come on, come on, come on! Oh, and me? Oh, I'm Lady Ichigo. Come visit me, okay? Bye-bye! See you!
Hi, it's Tantan, your pink fluffy cowgirl in island training. So, you like VTubers, huh? Want to get closer to your Oshi? Keep him in your pocket, close to your heart? Well, you can do that on the IRIAM US app today. Find your Oshi and create close community bonds. Get yourself involved in super chat interactive streams, cheer them on karaoke, or even keeping your Oshi company while they're doing their chores. So, interested? See you soon!
Greetings, I am your humble Prince Orpheus Astralis Nephilim. Welcome to IRIAM US, the popular new VTuber app that allows you to watch your favorite VTubers on the go. You'll visit me there soon, right? I'll treat you like royalty.
So in that case, strictly speaking, I do favor like survival more. Like the entire tournament is kind of the two-sided gamble, basically. If you're confident enough to win, I will favor people who win. And if that is not, and it ends up dying, whoever plays more game, because like it's very easy to just like mass skip and then just die on like boss line, for example. But like if people don't necessarily win the ante, win the run, if you can hold out longer, that is where the point will go. Which in that case, I strictly go for higher rounds in that case because that's what I mean of like the two-sided thing, where I notice that Briar there, you did go ante 3 round 4. I assume you went like mass skip like everything. So that's the type of stuff you only really do if you're confident you can finish the run. hmm hmm Yeah, but yeah, but, but yeah, no. Thoughts on replaying the tutorial seed? Because like yeah, if you remember tutorial, it forces you into ride the bus, and who likes ride the bus? Yeah, Raffle. Yeah, I definitely know ride the bus is good for abandoned because that's like your best case scenario basically. But but yeah, no, a lot of the inspiration for kind of repeating tutorial seed was now you have everything unlocked. uh, because every single seed actually has like a full Joker order. Uh, but since when you first play the tutorial, everything is locked, it only forces you into what's there. So this is actually like the true tutorial seed. And like when I played it back through because I needed to do my pre-recordings, I counted like 5 negative skips. Like they don't give you that off rip. So like yeah, it's definitely an interesting kind of take on it, basically. For me, I know in my case, I'm a fan of the $25, the negative and the polychrome. But yeah, no, at this current point in time, there is 5 minutes left in the round. Yes. That's why I gave 20 minutes of like, take your time. If you're confident you can get there, go for it. But like, feel free to like analyze and stuff. Yeah. I, I I definitely know there's a few fun other kind of seeds that I have thrown in. Uh, every single seed and even the tiebreaker round, actually, I mentioned it in the newspaper article that just went out this morning. Every single seed and the tiebreaker is related to me or my relation with the game in some way. So, like, there's a lot of fun little things that I can't wait to see. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm just tired though. I was up till like 3 a.m. doing things. So yeah, I did not get that much sleep. But it's the mental game because like picking checkered, I can say hell yeah because it's flushes constantly, and that's like I kid you not my most played hand. Uh, but it's like anything else, I actually might. Last time I played a like painted deck was yeah. So to anybody else out there who is watching this who wants a good way to make me confused, pick the obscure decks. Yeah. But yeah, no. As of right now, the five are the only five that have finished. So it's going to be a lot of time kind of timeouts. And in the case of timeouts, basically game over on the hand, like anti round that you're playing, basically. Like, like if you see the time has ended thing, basically just immediately just hit like 3 single high card aces, and then you're because that still tells me like the anti round and the best hand at that time. But like yeah, no, genuinely, I'm just very happy with everything that's kind of happened here. Sure, there was a few last minute things that came up like very last minute, but we vibe, we vibe. Mm-hmm. Indeed. Actually, straight up looking at my OBS, my model is just not liking tracking all the tabs that I have open. And you can see I am wiggling hard. Yeah. Uh, but that's just fully called Warudo on laptop sometimes be funky. No, that's still game over. It Yeah, that always says yes. If you threw So in that case that point would go to flower. And time is up. I will give everybody 1 minute to game over. Uh, yeah, no, that's what it is in that giant blurb of text of once everyone is ready, a go ping will be broadcasted through this channel. On receiving that message, the round will commence. Mhm. And we shall see some of the other results as they come in. Give everybody a quick second to do that as I start to fill in some of the things. Ma- Matches. Let me switch back. So that was Ante 3 round 4, Ante 3 round 8. Point goes to Celeste. Yeah, I'm doing this all on challenge on my phone. That is correct. Saphira Flower. That point went to Flower. Uh, Doom Vona. Vona. Ante 1 round 3. What is Doom's score? Ante 7 round 15. So point goes to Doom. Group B, myself versus Trixie's score. I finished it, so point to my pre-recording. Uh, Next in line, John Chroma. Okay, so more than likely estimate that the point goes to John here, unless Chroma pulled through. And then also need to hear from Dewey and Kyo. Let me just ping Chroma, Kyokuro. There's Dewey, there's Chroma. So last one should be Kyokuro. Dewey. Okay, I could do Chroma, John. Point goes to John. Ante 8 round 17 versus Ante 7 round 20. And then Dewey and Kyo just finished. Uh, Miss PNG finished a minute late. So probably like -1, -2 rounds. That would like make sense. Because it definitely depends what deck stake was it? Because like, because if it was like black deck gold stake, there's a chance that's just the round. uh, but if it was something like red deck white stake, yeah, I would -1 round off. That's a bit of judgment base K. So I will assume that's like a red deck white stake, basically. Uh, yeah, that. Uh, yeah, nothing I can really get from that. So either way, even if I did say like minus like an entire like two antes there, point still goes to there. All right, round one done. Challenge should be updated. And to both of you, thank you for hanging out and stalling with me for a fair bit. Might see you all later, so we'll see. Godspeed. And let me just say, shuffle the VCs. Next pairing we should have in here is Chroma and Dewey. So we shall expect to see them soon. Hello. Hello. Who's yeah, I just lost all focus. All right. So feel free to meet meet Def and discuss with Dewey as I load up the next match. And if this is versus Doom, that is blue stake green deck, uh, ante 5 round 8 versus me, blue stake green deck to beat ante 5 around 12. All right, so round two is a bit of a fun one. The seed for this one is me. You heard that correctly. The seed is Theo Martyn, Theomartn. reasoning, I would actually like to take a bit of a shout out to popular content creator Mr. Drift King RT Game for popularizing what was called the Streamer Seed Challenge. This message when ready. That basically forced streamers to use seeds associated with their like handles and stuff and try and see how far a seed can realistically go. In that case, his seed did actually reach non-inf, which was my first ever instance of seed science, basically. Uh, Give me a sec. I want to make sure that reaction is not shared anywhere. Please just react the main heart. That makes my counts a little bit easier. Thank you. We have 9. Who is missing? Other ping. Okay. This is who's in my VC here. Do we chroma turn on? Chroma VC is turned on? So let me hop in to see what we are playing. Options. Where is the other option? Give me 1 second. Discord scuff. Show non-video participants. Also watch. Then turn off show non-video participants. Looks like we will be doing checkered deck white stake. Let me put the timer on. And without further ado, let us let round 2 commence. So, just like the matchup we had prior, we are back to checkered deck. I assume we are going to see a lot of flushes today. I personally have not looked through a lot of this to remember what the seed actually was, so we'll see. Shop 1, we got Mr. Bones and Clubs, which, I mean, if you really want to play cocky, Mr. Bones, and then if you end up, like, dying, Chroma picks up Space Joker, Dewey picks up Space Joker as well. Does Dewey also pick up the Spectral Pack? No. Because if we switch back to Chroma, they have. And the flush levels up. Shop 2, we got Vampire, Venus, Planet Card Standard Pack, not much there. If there was Midas Mask, you could synergize that, but that's fairly hard to get to. Hook. Dewey just misses the cut in 1, so Chroma can move forward, picks up the Lovers wild card. Wildcard is nice here because, worst case, if you don't get to the point where you can do 2 flushes, you have at least some kind of security. Swapping back to Dewey, we got a 2-pair level up. And into a flush. I heard another Space Joker proc in the background for 2,000 chips. Next shop, we have Scary Face Slide Joker. Slide Joker could be good for the 2-pair. In the Buffoon pack, we got Blue Joker Abstract. Abstract is nice for malt to combine with your X malt. Combine with your X malt. Combine with your X malt. Slide that over. Chroma, please slide that over. That's going to affect your run. Swap back to Dewey. Dewey gets another flush level up and does that in one. Next shop we have Rough Gem, which is perfect on checkered deck. Empress and 2 standard packs. I mean, hey, that's a diamond for your Rough Gem. Ooh, Chroma actually with tech here, turning off the animations to help reduce some of the score and some of the lag as well. My reporting timekeeping sheet is lighting up now, so people are finishing for whatever reason or game overing. Chroma still hasn't shuffled the X malt, so that might come back to hurt later. Back over to Dewey, we got popcorn. Everybody loves popcorn, don't we? That is a flush, one hand. Dewey is on a very good pace. Switching back to Chroma, is Chroma considering selling that X malt? Why is that sell screen open? Picks up the planet, Pluto, Venus, Saturn. Not that good for checkered deck. Best case for me would probably be Saturn, because in a way you would have, but 3 of a kind is still also a very valid option. That is a very easy flush. That is a straight, if your straight is leveled up. Yeah, Chroma is just hitting 3,000 while flicking back over to Dewey. Dewey got the flush Joker, doing 7,000 average. It's a pretty good pace. Banner Swash. Swash is nice if you do not have any malt, because that popcorn is going to disappear soon. Chroma did move the thing over. And there we go. That is a lot more safer. Beats the diamond. Little bit behind off Dewey's pace, but still a very good showing. That is a flush. Excellent, excellent. Next shop, we got the Abstract Joker for Dewey. I would at this point really consider it because of that popcorn, because that popcorn is not going to last long. They have the economy to do so. But decides to skip it. Will that be a bit of a change? We shall see. Switching back over to Chroma, we got Credit Card, my goat. 3 of a kind. 3 of a kind is okay if you don't have anything better to do with your Slide Joker. That could synergize for at least 100 if you hit it. And here we got a flush level up from Chroma. Decides to keep Swash with a pretty good set there. That is a natural negative odd Todd in the Buffoon pack. Haha. Switching back over to Dewey. Dewey did pick up the odd Todd and gets another flush level up. Flint is an absolutely brutal boss blind if you have leveled up flush because you just get absolutely destroyed, but does get another level up. That 1 in 4 Space Joker is kind of changing the game here. Banana. I don't think you're going to be lasting that long to use kings. I would pick up the banana for malt. That's a free plus 15 plus access to Cavendish because you are still fairly early. Chroma picks up blank. Next one is Manacle, -1 hand size. That isn't the worst. That is not the worst. And at this point, Chroma does kind of speed ahead of Dewey a tad bit. Dewey playing more with chips here rather than malts. Heart Joker, saving stuff. Always gotta love the flush. I assume that's probably observatory stuff and voucher shenanigans because it was in the first slot. $15,000 on a single hand. At that point, I'd consider even just a regular pair, but gets the flush level up. Very good. Everybody is procking Space Joker. That is not 1 in 4 tonight. Inside the standard pack, we got Glass Guard. Glass Guard's good. Arcana. I mean, Temperance is good if you didn't already have $63. Switching back over to Chroma. Gets Death. Death is very good. In the background, I hear Dewey because did Chroma's share crash? Maybe. Nope, we back. Full flush of hearts. We have a very, very close game here today. Two pair by Dewey going for broke. Just under. But at that point, that means that Chroma does take the round. At this point, I do think we are probably going to see a finish on stream here because this is a pretty fair setup. Director's cut voucher. Oh, I see what they mean. Director's cut voucher deal with the hand types because we're on checkered deck. You're going to be stuck playing way too many flushes for yourself to be comfortable with. Now, the big question here is how is Chroma going to finish this out? Because you are not out of the woodwork yet, despite the fact that you are just anti-6. That's a flush. You could do that in 2. You have currently 4 hands, and you get the flush level up. 27,000, 25,000 on average. Since White Stake is only 100K for the ending, in theory, if Chroma wanted to, they could very fully go for broke if they have enough to keep the boss line reroll. Uses the boss line reroll, get Psychic. That's a optimal one for this type of deck because you are going to be playing flush. 31,000 at this point. If I was Chroma, I would consider taking the push. Take your skips ante 7, take your skips ante 8. I do like this setup. Trio 3 of a kind, delayed gratification, not really that useful this late in the game. We do have a solid 7 minutes left in the round. Judgment is a fantastic turret. At this point, I'd consider even getting rid of Certificate because you're doing 35k on average. You will get there over time. You do have stuff fairly settled. Plus, if your skips are good, you can pick up the negative tag that I saw. And whatever happens in Ante 8, there might be turret skips there. If you get a good turret skip, a good turret skip can be pretty good. Full judgment. I mean, I'd consider, but decides to take the flush. Flush level up is nice. Beats the next big blind. At this point, I would sell Certificate, sell Diet Cola, Judgment, and then take whatever Judgment gives you if you really wanted to make that play. Picks up the Jupiter. Side skip, mark all face cards are face drawn. As long as you sort by suit, you are good in this case. Because at that point, unless you have a random face card jack. So at this point, let me teach you all a bit of a fun little trick. There's a menu that exists that shows you like your card order. You can check that, and the order that the suits are listed top to bottom ends up being the order that is presented here left to right. So if you did want to play that safe, if you were playing with one less hand, check to make sure you don't accidentally have like something that can affect things, like a random club. Good foil on Swash. Bit of chips, because don't have chips. Green one, that is all things until one Joker is sold. At this point, Chroma does basically have the finish locked here. And at this point, if I was Chroma, I would go for it. Make sure you can finish in good time. Good temperance. Planet deck, Jupiter, always take your observatory. At that point, you could skip, but Jupiter's good. Take the spade because you have so many spades. Because do you even have enough to make a flush of diamonds? Is the question there. So yeah, Chroma 61,000 per hand. That will get there in two. Sells Certificate. This is a finish if Chroma can finish in 4 minutes. All cards debuffed until one Joker sold. I wouldn't re-roll that. You have the perfect thing to sell right here. Yeah. And then use Judgment if you really want to be, like, very safe. Then you can death like a 7 into the Queen to get you a good kind of... Yeah, or even the ace, something into the extra plus mult card. Judgment, roll that judgment. Runner. And is this going to one-shot the blind? Solid 67K. 61K, that is a finish by Chroma. And without further ado, we still have a solid 2 minutes left in the round. Uh, I will say, Chroma Dewey, if you do wish to unmute, Chroma Dewey, feel free to unmute. Hello, hello. So, congrats on the finish. I will admit, I did see for the longest time your Space Joker hanging on the wrong side of your plus mult for a fair bit. Yeah, 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 near the beginning. Yeah, and yeah, no, I did catch that in like 4K. uh, but yeah, as of right now, we have a solid minute left in the round. So, thoughts? Thoughts? Hmm. And that's why you hit the reroll, I think, late game there. Yeah. Be- Whoa, hello. You are a fair bit loud on my end. Give me 1 second. Test, test. That's a bit better. And with that, the time is up for the round. So yeah, I did discuss a little bit of the lore with the first seed because that was the tutorial seed, actually. Uh, this one, the inspiration for this seed was a Balatro challenge, inspired by a streamer, RT Game. And what he did was the streamer seed challenge, as he called it, which basically was you use like your tag or your handle as the seed and see how far that goes. So that's fully the reason why the seed is yours truly. You can make a seed anything you want as long as it's 8 letters. But yeah, no, that's fully why I picked that seed, at least for this round. But as I said to the first group, every single seed and even my tiebreaker has some kind of like special relation to me or my time with the game. So like everything is intentional. And yeah, as I'm kind of stalling here, waiting to kind of see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's all 10. Okay. Give me a second here to run through the bracket, and y'all, I guess, can do live reactions. Match Flower versus Doom. Flower scored Anti 6 round 12. Doom scored Anti 5 round 8. Point to Flower. Next up match was Vonna and Briar. Scrolling. Vonna Anti 5 round 14. Briar Anti 9 round 22 and a win, so priority goes to the winner. Next match, Celeste and Zafira. Zafira did finish Anti 9 round 18. Did Celeste finish? Celeste did not, so point to Zafira. Switching over to B-side now, Chroma Dewey. Well, congratulations, Chroma. Next match, Kyokuro versus myself. That is Anti 5 round 14 versus my Anti 5 round 12. So just off of survival, they actually get that. And last matchup for round 2, Trixie and Jean. Trixie, Anti 1 round 1. Jean, Anti 4 round 7. Point to Jean. And that is round 2 complete. Thank you all for stopping by, and please feel free to head on to your next round. All right, and with that, I will quickly go to my commercial break. Not that one, this one.
Wow, you curious about IRIAM? I guess I could show you some footage from my studio. Meow. One. I'm gonna pee. We're very omega. Meow 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 meow. Oi, in it. I'm a Stegosaurus. On second thought, how about you swing by and check it out yourself?
Ever want to become a VTuber but you're intimidated by all the tech stuff? Are you already a VTuber but you want to connect with your community like never before? Well, you should try IRIAM, a VTuber streaming app where you can go live anytime, anywhere, straight from your phone with no complicated setup. Experience zero latency and talk, react, and vibe with your chat in real time. Join in on all the fun by downloading IRIAM today.
Back. Hello. We are back. And round 3, I just need to provide the information to everybody. I do not know where that come from. I heard a ping somewhere and I do not have my alerts on. My apologies. That jump scared me. Versus Doom. 12:31 left. White Steak versus me. 13:54 left. White Steak. React here when ready. So next round, folks, will be deck and seed are provided for this round. This next round is a very, very fun, special little round to me. It is completely normal Balatro, and I mean completely normal. Let me load up the next streams here and hide participants. All right, we are waiting for 4 more messages. Three more messages to go. Yeah, no, to anybody who does have this stream open, a very subtle hint is have fun. Enjoy the most normal Balatro game of your entire life, smile emoji. It's going to be a very fun trip. Ah, yes, yes, quite. 2 to go. Give myself a little bit of a water break as we wait. All right. That is 10. On your marks. Get set. Go. Welcome to the most normal Balatro game of your entire life. 52 10 of spades, baby. This is going to be a very rapid fire uh, thing for you. The people who are familiar with this will understand skipping a lot more, and the folks who aren't familiar with seed science can't wait to hear reactions. So, seed one, shop one, we got a walkie-talkie, which is a very good thing for 52-10 of spades. Inside the Foon pack, we got Juggler Midas Mask. Over to Briar, 10-4 is going hot here, flush 5. Switching back over to Severa, all the way at the club now. While Briar is checking out the shop. Inside the shop, we got a Temperance, Tower, and Sun. All of which is not that good here. Take the $2 and go. Standard pack, we got 5, 8, and 6. No other special 10s. 8 ball is free Joker cash. Side Saphira's pack, we got Temperance Tower Sun, same pack. So right now, Briar is a tiny bit ahead. Briar going for lucky 10s. At this point, you can be extremely skip heavy here because you're automatically hitting flush 5 every single time. 10-4 gets you 9,000. Here, Saphira follows with the same lucky. Do they also take the death to get 3 10s? No, takes the $2. Inside Celestial pack over with Briar, we got Mercury, Earth, and another one picks the Mercury. Tower, Death, Empress, Chariot, Temperance. Here you can pick up Empress for the plus malt. Uses the Fool to get more of it. Already anti-3 round 4 is Saphira. Anti-3 round 3 is a tad bit behind. Picks up the egg. Celestial pack, same one from prior. Switching back over to Briar, we got plus malts. Going for more of a 3 of a kind, 8,000 chips. Picks up the Fool, more Magician cards, more Lucky cards. You can never go wrong with Lucky cards. Saphira over here picks up more Venus. Onyx Agate, Club cards, Shame at Spade. Goes for ante-3 round 4 Hook, while Briar is ante-3 round 5. Just a tad bit ahead. And is already scoring 43,000 points on a hand. So at this point, if I was Briar, the biggest challenge to think of is how much is enough. Ballot is pretty big. Supernova is also pretty big. This is a very fun seed. And that is a very simple flush 5. Properly puts the plus malt, X malt. Good job. Severa just nopes on a wheel. Needle, one hand. Do you reroll, get the money? The mark, all face cards drawn or face down. There's no face cards. It's 52, 10 of spades. Grabs a lucky card in the flush 5. Swash Egg is a very nice plus malt here. Swash Egg, 3 of a kind, will carry you pretty far, especially since you are this early. Hang over the Briar here. Got Splash, World, Arcana, Celestial, nothing good there. So Devil, Empress, Strength, Hierophant, Judgment picks up more plus malt. Inside the Celestial, we got a Jupiter and Aries. There's your Aries for your flush 5. Grabs a lucky card in the next flush 5. Over to Saphira, ante 4, round 6. Even Steven Starry face. All face cards back on the mark, ante 4, round 7. $31,000 points there. High Priestess, Saturn, Venus, not that much good. Ante 5, round 7, ante 4, round 9. Saphira does take the skips to head back into the lead here. Saphira is going more skip heavy. The wall, though, can be very scary if you don't have enough plus malt here. Saphira can hit 31k on the hand, so that will be 2 hands if she does not go anywhere with it. Flush is actually a bit of an unfortunate one because flush 5 Aries will actually prioritize. Inside the Arcana pack, we have Moon, Magician, Hangman. Magician gives you more plus malt chances. Over at Briar, takes the same flush, which is, yeah, no, folks, if you have an Aries and if you have a flush, if you have flush 5, flush 5 will always prioritize because it's effectively the same thing. Picks up more plus chips. So if you're going into the wall, ante 5 round 9, gets it in 2. Goes on to ante 6. Briar, because Saphira did the reroll tag, is 1 ahead, playing the same boss line. These two are very, very close. Hollow Runner. Higher Griff is actually not the play here because that will decrease you. You need to finish like an extra entire ante. Contains the flush because now Briar has the slightly higher wall. Double skips to the wall. We'll see how that goes. Plant. We got a plant, folks. Ante 6 round 10, flush 5s again. He's going to have to do it in 2 by not much plus malts. Briar does take the lead as a result. Hierophant Hermit, Devil, Empress, Fool. Empress is a good draw. Double rare and a negative by Briar. This is going to potentially stock them up very good. Pausing here to see what they will be. 152k on the hand. The glass card did break. Four of a kind. That's a ×4 there. And then baseball card. But do you have any uncommons though? Not necessarily. That's another Aries by Briar. That's the two boosts there. Flips and shuffles all Joker cards. Briar is going for broke here. At this point, I would double skip that. You are confident. If you can hold one of your times malts, you'll be able to get there very quickly. Very quickly. Here, let's see, does the times malt actually go? That is a win for Briar. Now let's see if Saphira can actually also get there as well. Flush is good because that will still give you the times malt. Let's see if anything else. Arm is a tiny bit unfortunate, but if you're only playing Flush 5, you really don't have anything to worry about since your Flush 5 is only level 1 still. Does it in 1? Inside the Arcana pack, we got Hierophant, Tower, Devil. Hierophant from our plus chips. That's safe. Lucky Cat, but I mean, Lucky Cat, it's this late. You're way too late on the Lucky Cat. Arcana pack, Emperor Strength, Moon Temperance, Hierophant. If you did want to re-roll more, Temperance is okay. If you just want to get stuff done, Hierophant will give you more opportunity. Flips and shuffles all jokers. Does she know to hold? No, she does not. So this may take 2 hands. It will. Does she figure out what joker is what? Yes, to carry it home to Oso finish. Hello again. That's the exact reaction I was looking for. Entirely 52 10 of spades. Yeah, I remember I discussed with you prior about like how everything is related, basically. Uh, this one was a bit of an homage to seed science. Thoughts? Yeah, no. Yeah, no, it's a very, very fun seed. Yeah, no, that's the entire reason why I set this as like it's a special round. It's the third round, so like almost your boss blind per se, where it's just go fast. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There was a few options that I did have in mind for this. It was like oops all tens. There's another seed that I found that the entire shop is rares. Like there's a couple like very niche, like almost glitched seeds. And that reason why I wanted to at least showcase one of them. Of hey, yeah, seed science. People do actually go out of their way to like crack these and find these very niche kind of one-off scenarios. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's another one that I remember. I don't think it was erratic, but uh there is an infinite like emperor like temperance loop or something where like an emperor how that gives two tarot cards will give you a cash and it will also give you a fool. And then you can fool back to emperor. That next emperor will give you another cash card and another fool the, on like a very like it's specifically like anti 9 round 27 you have to do it on. And it's like there are some very, very niche kind of things. Two, three, four, five, six, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. And that's why I gave the option. If you wish, yeah, no, that's a if you wish to go big, go big. You have the runway basically. Uh, everything and more. So remember how you were like eternal jokers and stuff? You also have to manage rental jokers. Rental jokers cost $1, but after every round, cost another $3. Like it subtracts it from you. Uh, you also have to deal with like easily debuff jokers. Like there's another one, I don't remember the technical term, but there's one that after 5 rounds, your joker just debuffs. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I am currently missing one if my reading is correct, so I will stall a tiny bit more. Like, yeah, yeah, you are correct in that. Uh, but yeah, no, I remember you talking about gold stakes. My first ever gold stake that I did. Oh, it was a trip. I had like anti-8 boss, like one before the boss blind. I had a legendary. Uh, it was the discard one. Bit late for that. Uh, I rolled into it. It was originally the wall, which on gold stake is brutal. Like I'm talking like millions of chips. I re-rolled it into one where I needed to sell the Joker. I sold the legendary because it's only at like 1x mult, and and I relied on a polychrome credit card to save the day. So it's like whenever I see credit card, my goat, honestly. Yeah. Oh, Trixie went further to actually see you. I was a bit confused of the double post because I just noticed the anti 10 round 19, so actually like continued on. But yeah, no, we have about 90 seconds left. Yeah, flush fight. Yeah, when I saw both of you, I saw both of you pick up a Jupiter mid run, and it's like that won't work because flush five will. And there is flower. That is 10. Uh, Give me a sec. Okay, let me. All right, so match one actually is Vana versus Flower, so point to Vana. And next one, Doom Celeste. When did Celeste finish? 1:03 p.m. Relative to my 12:50, so that would be 13 minutes. Uh, Doom finished with 12 minutes 31 seconds left, so that would be about 8 minutes. So point does go to Doom. Yeah, next match, Briar is Zeph. That will go to Briar. Next match, Kyokuro Chroma. Next one, point to Chroma. Next match, Dewey Trixie. Dewey does take it just there. Uh, yeah. Yeah, no worries. Hopefully, I see you guys later. We shall see. Yeah. Yes, I'll put like versus Doom, and that will be basically your anti-round that like you need to basically beat. I will warn you a little bit. I did in my pre-testing. Next one might be a little bit rough. Yeah. John. Next one, John. 12:50, 12:58. I finished 14. I finished 6 minutes there. That's in like just like a minute later. I do just take it. Yeah, because 13:54, 20-minute limit, that's 14 minutes, so that's 6 minutes. I posted go 12:50. I posted go at 12:50, right? Yeah, I still posted go 12:50. John put 12:58. So that would just be by like a minute. Okay, round four. Shuffle VCs, and I'll go onto my break for a quick second.
What do I like most about IRIAM? Probably the low latency chat. Mostly because it allows me to connect to my community in a really, really unique way. And because of that, it leads to so many funny moments that I still look back on now. And it really feels like everyone can contribute to the conversation, which is something that's really important to me. And I feel like I've only really gotten that kind of close experience on IRIAM.
Hi, Domino Murio here. Whether it's on the go or at the comfort of your home, IRIAM has a place for you. Cheer on your Oshi, send them gifts, or keep them company with practically no delays. So what are you waiting for? Download the IRIAM app today. Maybe I'll even see you at my streams?
Yeah, hello everyone! Momoko Sakura here. Are you looking for a fun way to interact with YouTubers and their streams? Then the IRIAM app is perfect for you. IRIAM is a virtual streaming app that lets viewers watch and engage with its VTubers in many unique ways. There's minimal latency with live streams, which makes it possible to communicate with your Oshi in real time. Fans can also show their support by sending virtual gifts. IRIAM hosts special events too that gives its streamers exciting opportunities as well. So what are you waiting for? Do not delay and download IRIAM today. See you there!
All right, we are back. So here's to hoping. Let me very quickly close stream, show participants, watch stream, add on, shown on video. Okay, we have currently 7. Samira, Jean, Celeste, Trixie, Briar, Kyokuro, Vana, Dewey. So that just needs Chroma and Flower. That's 10. Right, let me swap back really quick. And when we're ready on 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, ante 1. There is a pretty easy poly skip there if you choose to grab it. The big question is we have to play a little bit safe. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 looks like Trixie is trying to set up a straight here. Doesn't needs needs the 5 here. Does not get that 5. Goes for a 2 pair. Trixie might already be in a bit of trouble. I do hope he uses the discard wisely here. Ace, King, Queen, Jack 10, take the straight. You have a straight. Ace, King, Queen, Jack 10. Yeah. And you're through. And is rewarded with the Police Constellation. Switching back, Kyokuro already has said Constellation, does beat the big blind. Trixie goes automatically for the planet card to help level that up, even just a tad. Kyokuro notices the Baron. That is a big gamble on the Baron if you cannot find a king. Switching back over to Trixie, grabs the splash. Watching over here, we got 2-pair, but with that splash, you get that tiny extra boost. We'll be able to get through in 2. Misses it by 4 on Kyokuro's side. Literally just a single high card gets you there. And we are through ante-2 round 3 window for Kyokuro and ante-2 round 2 for Trixie. Trixie, Hiker or mail-in rebate. Kyokuro does pick up Hiker on the other screen. Arcana pack for Trixie. Moon Tower, Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune goes for the safer play with the flush. Back to Kyokuro. Kyokuro looks to be setting up for club's flush. Yes. 316 there. This might be a bit closer than one would want, but the hiker does kind of help a little bit. Trixie is going to one hand type this round. It's forced into 2-pair. Thing is about 2-pair, if you can't get the 2-pair, you might be in a lot of trouble. Thing about this is she has to hold all the 2. I don't think we're going to get there. Is stuck in 2-pair, over gambled. I think Trixie over gambled. Negative skip, you can see in the skip tag. Has to basically go king, king, queen, queen, jack there. And just hope that's enough. Ooh, just. Back to Kyokuro. Kyokuro looks to be very close to the same exact hand. This might be a bit of a quick match. Depends on how Kyokuro can do here. If both of them die on the same ante round, it will go to best hand score. Ante 2 round 5 versus ante 2 round 3. I think this point does automatically go to Kyokuro for slightly higher survival. If can pick up the planet, planet would be a good fit here to help level up Constellation since you aren't going to have that much malt. But at this current point in time, has the plus malt, has the times malt, has econ, and has chips. So let's see what hand they decide to lock into. Contains a pair, does make this a little bit awkward. It's going to fall for the same 2-pair trap that Trixie did. Does it in 1, and with that, Kyokuro does take the point. So let us see how far we can actually go here. I wouldn't do any purchases right now. I know that Celestial Pack does look good. If you were, I would get rid of the pairs. I wouldn't get rid of your one like Econ Joker. I would play more into your Econ. Discard your 3s. Do King, King, 2, 2 if you really wanted to do 2-pair. Or I guess you could do full house now, Kings over 9s. 1700, 1730. Still do have a solid 12 minutes left. Kyokura does make it through another small blind. Half Joker Luchador. Luchador could be nice, especially with some boss blinds. Secondary could be Arcana if you did want to. Yeah, Planet Merchant is also a valid play because that would get more planet cards into your rotation. Hermit is nice. Get you back onto Econ. I know you do have mail-in, but getting yourself back up to 25 as soon as possible is a pretty good start. That's a Polychrome Jack. He uses the mail-in rebate, get a bit of extra money. Queens over Jacks. And we can start to kind of see the hiker playing a little bit of work into here. You do have the flush there. Goes for the mail-in. You do have another two pair of queens and tens. Ride the bus, baby. Woo. Here you could get some pretty good consolation value because now that's effectively up to the same as a polychrome. If you also decide to pick up that earth, diamonds can be nice if you want that malt, yeah. Earth for the times malt makes sense. Does Kyokuro decide to ride the bus? No. Into the hook, two random cards discard with a rebate on threes. $10 there. The Polychrome Jack is in play. Goes for the straight. Goes against the straight. Goes for a two pair instead. That's 2,000. That would be two. You get the Jack there for a two pair if you really wanted to. But you do need to use a bit of discards to get something that can two pair with that. Gets two aces. That would work. How much does that polychrome matter? A little bit, enough to get you there at least. Supernova. Because we are on painted deck. Has to say goodbye to something. At this point, I'd consider mail-in because you are above 25. Mail-in is a good thing to get you there. Picks the Fool, gets the full house, and that does increase consolation. At this point, I would consider dropping Hiker or Mail-in for the Supernova, depending on how far you've actually gone on two pair. Because that can matter if you don't have enough chip scaling on the certain things like that you're Hiker looping. Two pair again. Looks like some jacks are around 15. That still is fine for where we are. Mail-in rebate ping. Could just go for a two pair. There's a steel card that will help at least get through this round. Gets through. Dusk. Could grab the buffoon pack. And that is a hollow superposition 10 for misprint and stencil. If you really wanted to get in ×2 malt, if my math is correct, if you drop like hiker and that would put you to 3, but that would still give you ×2 malt on stencil. Decides against. 1.8 malt on Constellation is in a pretty decent spot. Two pair, 3,600. Still fine if can hold it. Two pair using the steel is a little bit risky, but yeah, you want to try and keep the steel in your hand so that you can get the times mult on that. Still gets through. Jumbo standard pack, we got pretty good diamond in there. Another decent card. Grabs the malt for Constellation. You could also reroll one. You're still above interest. Yeah, because you could Hermit, which allows you to get a couple more rolls in. Yeah. Here's where stuff might go south. We got a wall here. And the polychrome jack does come up. This is not looking good. I think this is the last anti-round here for Kyokuro. But the question is, do they see that as well? Because that's only 3,000 per hand, and that is the best hand. The steel card does show up. Aces over sixes would be your next two pair because you can't really afford to use discards. You don't have that much for like, ooh, that is an interesting one. You got two aces. If you get lucky and hit the plus 20 mult, that might get you through. No, does not. 5,000. If that hit, that would have got through. It's basically aces over nines. Use your foil. Yeah, it's aces over nines. That's your best play. Will this be 7,000 chips? That is the question of the day. And it is. Very lucky draws. Kyokura does beat the wall. Bloodstone is a very nice hit here if you're favoring hearts. I'm just going to very quickly close my blind because it is warm. Another glass card there on deck. Bloodstone, I consider Bloodstone for mail-in at this point. It would give you an emergency to use hearts. That is a flush. That is a 3 of a kind. Thing is, if Kyokura does get the same lucky draws again, they are surviving for a fair bit longer. There is only 2 minutes and 37 seconds left in the round, though. So this one probably will go to time, but it is still good to see how far they do decide to go. 2 pair hits. Hiker effect is starting to show up. We got queens at about 40 chips. Aces over kings. Yep, that is a good 2 pair. Uses a 7 again as a discard. We are approaching 2 minutes left on the round. This is a stint for time. Photograph does show up. Seeing double does show up. A lot of times malt here. But is it truly enough for the cause? That is the good question. My model is not liking this tracking with all this stuff on screen, but we live, we live. That is a temperance, wheel fortune, magician. Magician would still work here. 1 minute, 11 seconds left in the round. We are cutting it very close. .38 seconds left. .30 seconds left. Will Kyokuro get to a decent spot in this run? Still gets to the big blind. 13 seconds left. If she gets into the thing, it will at least allow her to play a hand, but I do not think we are getting higher than ante 5 round 14 here. 3, 2, polychrome on the mail-in rebate to end the round. So I guess 1 minute to submit score. And I will go back here. Feel free to unmute. And yeah, if you do need to end run, play out garbage hands like single, non-boost, ace high card. All right. Okay, that is, let me do a quick check through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'm still missing 2. I'm just going to do a very tiny bit of cleaning. Just so I have record keeping. Give me 1 second, folks. Beginning anti-8, fine because you're mid-shop. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is 10. That is 10. Kyokuro, Trixie, feel free to unmute. Hello. And I am going to quickly, hello, hello. Give me one sec. A bit loud. All right. Yeah, no, I will fully admit this one was a bit more brutal. uh, but a little bit of homage. This seed was the first seed that I ever got E-score on. So that is the bit of the reasoning of why I chose it. Yeah. All right. Saphira Doom, the matchup goes to Doom here because Saphira is anti-2 round 3. Doom is anti-2 round 4. That goes to Doom. I'm just going to kind of go through some of my things. Celeste Vana, that matchup goes to Celeste anti-2 round 5, Vana anti-6 round 16. That goes to Vana. Flower Briar. Briar anti-2 round 3. Flower beginning of anti-8. That goes to Flower. John Dewey. Dewey anti-8 round 22. John anti-3 round 6. That goes to Dewey. Trixie Kyo, that goes to Kyo. Chroma, myself. Chroma, what did you score? Either way, I did slightly do better. Okay. And I think that is round 4 scores in. All right. Thank you all for stopping by. Hopefully I see you all later. Maybe. Check bracket because I did. I'm just doing. I'm gonna go to commercial on my end. Give me 1 sec.
IRIAM lets me talk with you in real time, so I get to see your bright smile right then and there. With something like that, it really does make Rio the luckiest boy in the whole wide world.
Hi,
I'm Shiggy. As you can see, I'm in a little cute app. You can watch VTubers on the go with the IRIAM app on your phone. IRIAM has many cute gifts you can send to your favorite VTubers and new funny events every month. So don't forget to check it out and maybe stop by my streams. Yay!
Hello, my friends, and how y'all doing today? This is More Truth here, the Talking Blue Cat from the interwebs. You can catch my live streams on IRIAM, a virtual streaming platform for VTubers and VTuber enjoyers alike. It's a great opportunity for fans to have more meaningful interactions with the streamer. Hope to see you soon on the app.
And with that, we are back. Hello, hello. Give me 1 second. Let me very quickly shuffle. There we go. Now we are just waiting for folks to react. All right, at this current point in time, we are waiting for one more to join. That is 10. All right, everyone. Welcome to the final regular round of the tournament. I hope this was a good memory for all involved, and I hope no matter what happens after this, that you had a fun time. Thank you all, and without further ado, round 5 starts now. We got ourselves Abandoned deck, which means that there is no face cards here. So this will be a test to see what happens. Starting off with John here. Full house gets through. Kyokuro back again. Hits straight. Jumping over, we got clubs and showman. Gotta love showman. Inside the planet, we have Venus, Earth, Mars. Goes for full house. Kyokuro. Same buffoon pack. Where do we go? Same gluttonous joker. Sean goes through. Polly, Space Joker. Saturn, Mercury, Neptune, Earth. Looks like John is focusing more on full house. Kyokuro gets through as well. Anti-1 round 2. Mega Buffoon pack is there. We got Stuntman, Constellation, and the two other not really that useful chip jokers. I mean, fair play to you if you do go Stuntman here, because that's really more of a plasma deck thing. That is a flush for John. Coupon tag into Manacle. 2 pair. 315. I think we're waiting for Space Joker proc. I think we're waiting for a Space Joker proc. Trying to go for full house, went for 4 of a kind. Still pissed off about Space Joker. I can see the mouse movements here, telling a story. We got Raise Fist, Earth, Arcana pack, and a Buffoon pack. Flipping over to Kyokuro. Finishes Ante 2 round 3. We got the Chip Joker, Clubs Joker, and Constellation. Finds the same Space Joker. Goes for the Judgment instead. Seeing Double. Seeing Double is a very gimmicky one. It gives you times mult only dependent on if you have the club and some other thing. Here we go into small blind. John opens a pack. It is a Spectral pack, Cryptid 10s. Also grabbed Mr. Bones as well. Flipping back over to Kyokuro, 1 shots to blind. Jun's Space Joker finally activated. Over to Kyokuro, we have pair level up for the Constellation. Goes for the standard pack, picks up the King, flipping back over to John. Chip Joker. Slight spot of lag, despite the fact that I have Discord Nitro here. Thank you, Discord. Here we have Showman. Popcorn Planet card. Planet card gives you Jupiter if you are a flush, and Earth if you're a full house. Kyokuro picks up the popcorn for a bit of plus malt, good with the times malt things. Mouth John is only trapped in 2-pair, trying to get 2-pair level up. Doesn't. Ace of spades on the idol. And then photo. Bit of hesitance in the Arcana pack. Grabs a glass card. Back over to John. 2 purple seals, wild card, gold. Purple seal is good because that gives you tarot value. Kyokuro finds campfire and the same Mr. Bones. John double skips straight into gold. Spades are debuffed. Now switching back over to Kyokuro, 2-pair. Seeing double actually has its use here. Shoot the Moon, Chip Joker, Celestial Pack, Arcana Pack. Shoot the Moon is a Malt Joker if you're dependent on queens. Picks up the Chip Joker for pairs, and the Malt Joker for pairs as well. But there's no real kind of pair thing. Mercury would be your best play. Yeah, that is correct. Got Smiley Face, Ice Cream, Foon Pack, Arcana Pack. Strength, Emperor, Death. Death can be nice for the purple seal if you wanted it, or Gamble. Gamble. Temperance, Judgment, that is good hit. Dagger is not that good of a hit. But Temperance value is always nice. Flipping back over to Kyokuro. So gets through. Right now, we do have a race on our hands. And into the mouth there. Kyokuro is a fair bit behind, though. John is going strong here. Good temperance value. Dagger takes outraised fist. I see the urge to go with the 2-pair with the steel card, but that is not the best. Kyokuro with photograph and idol again as well. And then we got another 2-pair gaming, pair gaming, regular pair. That will get through in 2. John over an Auntie 5. Hearts are debuffed. Looks like there's a bit of math here on 3 of a kind or pair. Pair does work better. Let me very quickly swap back over to Kyokuro. Briar. Let me do a little bit of multitasking here. We got another 2-pair. Reporting timekeeping, Queenbriar, Anti-3, round 7. Can confirm. Doom did do better on that one. Got 10 minutes left, so now this is a bit of an endurance match now because Jean did finish Anti-5 round 8, going more with the speed approach. I do have to give shout out to the GOAT Card Sharp, though. That is a very powerful one on such low stakes. Got Temperance, Judgment. There isn't really anything here that I would Judgment for. That could be good if you get the specific thing later down the line. But here we are going to see John did die at the boss blind of Anti-5. So if Kyokuro can beat the boss blind of Anti-5, the point does go to them. And this is looking like a fairly confident play. Another 4 of a kind. Ace, ace, 9, 9 would be a 2 pair. That is correct. And it has club. Yeah, that is correct. This is looking very good for Kyokuro. There's the hanging Chad. Here, not much there. Could roll down just to see pick up stuff like the bonus card. That would be your safest way to get through. And that is Anti-6. The point does go to Kyokuro. Six minutes left in the match. Will Kyokuro go for a finish here? It is possible if does decide to speed a little bit. Two pair level 5. That is a horrible glass break, but gets through in one. Solid 5 minutes left in the round. Seed money, it's fine. Drunkard Matador. Matador, my favorite. Everybody knows how Matador works. If you get a 5, you could hit a straight there. That would be your 5 for the straight, but 2 pair, 12,000. Literally 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 full straight. Pairs of sixes. That's a pair. Looks like Kyokuro is going to go for the gamble here to see. Hits a 3 for the 2 pair. Does get through. 4 minutes left in the round. Flint with 4 minutes left on the clock, ante 6. This might hurt though, might also not because aren't as affected by the Flint because don't have that much of a malt. The malt is coming after the fact rather than on. One more 2 pair and that does get through ante 6. 5533, you're good. Uh-oh. Ooh, 551010. 551010, that gets you through. Yep. That is ante 7. 2.3 constellation, 3x there, 3x there. That is a very good thing. But the question is, will time limit this though? Because I don't think you can play at least 2 rounds in 2.5 minutes. I mean, if you are hard committing to 2 pair, Mad is better. Does decide to go to small blind, so this does mean this will go to time. I am going to get a very quick drink. Give me 1 sec. And that is a very strong 2 pair. Kyokuro could, in theory, double skip, hit the boss, double skip, hit the other boss if the boss is good. I don't remember what it is. We got 1 minute, 17 seconds left, final round. 2 pair, 27,000. 3, 4, 3, 3, 5, 5, 2. That is the 2 pair. Less than 1 minute left on this match and this round of the main rounds of the tournament, actually. That is a 2 pair Uranus. Holding Chariot is also nice as well. There's not much really to say. Kyokuro here is very locked in with stuff. At that point, you could consider if you do have a bit more malt in Supernova. That is correct. 22 seconds left. Ace, ace, 8, 8. Seven, seven, two, two. That gets you through. Time is up. All right. All right. All right. All right. I guess while I do some calcs, they're going to go for see if they can finish. Maybe. Just as really something to do, get at least a finish run here. Fauna, Saphira. Fauna, anti-1 round 2. Saphira, anti-5 round 13. That goes to Saphira. Briar and Doom. Briar got anti-3 round 7. Doom got anti-5 round 8. That point does go to Doom. Flower and Celeste. Celeste did finish first in technicality, so priority does go to Celeste here. EC1, Kyo and John, Kyokuro, that point does go there. Theo, Dewey, what did Dewey get? Anti-4 round 12, anti-4 round 10. So off pure technicality, Dewey does take that one. Chroma Trixie. Trixie is anti-3 round 7. Chroma is anti-6 round 18. So that point does go to Chroma. All right, side A results. Celeste and Vana. Fourth. Briar. Third. Saphira. Second. Flower. First. Doom. Side B results. Trixie, 1 win, 4 loss. Fifth, Dewey. Fifth and fourth, Dewey and John. John, that would go there. Second and third. Second and third. Myself and Chroma, and first is Kyokuro. Please, Kyokuro, meet me in VC1 after break. Please go cheer on face the time trial, or divert to me for casting, or divert to me for general casting. And I will quickly go to a commercial break.
Hi, I'm Shiggy, a VTuber from IRIAM. Jump on IRIAM as a virtual streamer. Don't have a model? No worries. With the debut support program, IRIAM will create a personalized model for you. Yes, you! What are you waiting for? Join IRIAM now!
Hi, bestie! Okay, listen, let's talk. I was doing some gardening this morning and pruning my plants when a large spider spawned out of nowhere. Before I had time to run, it bit me! Can you believe it? And the spider's coming back! I have to go, but we can catch up later. Let's jump on IRIAM tonight. See you there!
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Do you like VTubers? Do you ever feel like you need to search around on platforms just to find VTuber content? Well, search no more. Join IRIAM today, a VTuber-only app where so many talented and amazing VTubers stream every single day.
All right. Hello. So I'm not gonna lie, this isn't necessarily how I expected the finals to go, but that's what you get for being adaptable. So yeah, I was going to go into this whole long kind of dramatic script if there was two people about like actually here in VC about oh you made it into the finals, ooh congratulations. Uh, but in your case, you'll be facing a time trial. So yeah, I originally was going to do this whole dramatic thing about how, well, I really haven't seen some of the more wild and wacky things on stream. So I was going to offer gold stake, all or nothing. Go out with a bang if we are going to go out with a bang, basically. And actually, you timed it perfectly. It is yellow deck gold stake. Yeah. So yeah, I guess since really it's just you and me, do you have any questions about any stake stuff or a gold stake will be every single thing listed below. Yes. But do note you do have 20 minutes. That is my biggest piece of advice because I do have like uh an anti-round. Your anti-round to beat is anti-5 round 10. So kind of wherever you get to around that. But yeah, no, you have the entire 20 minutes. So just please feel free to take your time. Don't stress. And yeah, yes. Uh, the final. Yeah, THEFINAL because it's the final round. Just wait, let me just update Doom here. Be playing gold stake yellow deck with 20 minutes to beat anti 5 around 10. Also, please give me one quick second. I did also like set up a separate music track that I didn't actually have time to use and figure out. So let me hope I do that correctly. I found like the dramatic like finals music. Yes, indeed. Uh, so I guess yeah, since it really is just you, if you are ready, feel free to def mute and then I'll say go. Yeah. All right. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Hopefully this is audible. Hopefully. I haven't tested this in advance. Please let me know if this is any issues. But if not, we're just gonna have to kind of YOLO this. I might just do that. For that might make things a bit easier. I'm still on screen, but c'est la vie. Let me shuffle, 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 shuffle. Your time starts now. All right, this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is gold stake. So it is a challenge of the true test of Balatro knowledge. Every single thing in the game will be basically present here. We go into a straight, and the big question always is what does shop 1 look like? Here we got a red card, Eternal, a shortcut, Buffoon Pack, and the voucher for an extra hand. Now the big question is where to go. Picks up shortcut and the grabber voucher, which will be good. Next in line notices the setup for a straight using the shortcut. That is correct. 320 chips. Another straight. And here we go. Shop 2 is a perishable Four Fingers, a perishable Misprint, and 2 standard packs. So thing about Gold Stake is don't rush. Analyze like every move you're making. This is a game of chess now more than anything, especially with a strict anti-round goal rather than an actual like matchup per se. $280 chips in the first hand is a pretty good spot. No discards though and no cash could get a little bit spicy. Another 280 chips. The pair off the sevens, the straight there also works since you do have Four Fingers. $7 double tag. Double tag is really not the best play here. The Spectral Pack is probably your best play if you don't want to risk reroll. Reroll would allow you to see the next shop here. Then you can consider doing the getting rid of like Four Fingers or your help. With shortcut, picks up the flush. Thousand chips to beat. Small blind ante 2. $248 on average. That will get there. But it's just dependent on a bit of draw luck. Good flush for 450. And that is another flush there. Walkie-talkie for 10-4. There is a rare joker there, but the skip at this point, is it really worth it? 444 chips first hand. Straight flush will help knock out the rest of the hands there. Hanging Chad. Picks up Hanging Chad and Misprint as well. Misprint is a very good joker if you're lucky enough to hit. That does go through. Astronomer is very useful for planet econ. Spade Joker would help for malt, but you do have Misprint. It's basically how reliant do you want to be on Misprint here? Another thing you also need to note is that Four Fingers is also going to go perishable after this round, and after that you do not get any cash from perishable jokers that you end up selling in that way. You know, for the folks at home, this is a marathon, not a sprint for gold stake. Every move has meaning. Everything has meaning here. Personally, seeing this, I would have to use a hand as a discard, get rid of. I would also get rid of the 8 to hopefully get a heart flush here. You would get the heart flush through Four Fingers, but you do need to watch out Four Fingers though, because that four Fingers is going to disable. Yeah, that is correct. So now the big question is this still good enough to hold, or will we need to consider other methods? We are at ante 3, round 7. We have roughly 8 more rounds to go here before we potentially have a winner. Goes for the full straight. 4,000 chips. That is a pretty good spot. 2 pair would work here, probably, as long as a spade is in there. Could also reshuffle the spade to get that extra proc off Chad. Straight is good if you are keeping with shortcut. That Saturn Magician will also help you if you hit that one in 15. That will bring back your entire econ. Arm, decrease level of played poker hand. This could be good, this could be really bad, depending on situation. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, level 2 straight. That will go to level 1 permanently due to the process of the arm. 1,800 chips, that does hurt a lot here. That 2 pair will also get hit down back to level 1 as well. Ace, King, Jack, 10, 9. That will proc a straight, yeah. And you do have the spade in the Chad slot, so you do get the extra boost. That will pull through. Welcome into ante 4, round 9. So either Kyokuro here needs to get through 6 more rounds or get higher than ante 5, round 10 off pure survival. 6 more rounds would secure it, though. $10 left. This will be cutting it fairly close, though. Specifically pulling up the particular VOD here looks like... Okay, yeah, looks like Kyokuro will need to get through the ante 5 boss blind to guarantee the win here. Because Doom's ante 5 round 10 is the boss blind, did double skip a lot to it. pair does hurt a little bit when could have actually did ace 2 3 4 the other side of the straight. Then that would have allowed a second straight as well right after. Ace king jack 10 should proc shortcut. No, I'm thinking with four fingers. Ah. This is waiting for a queen, a 9. Gets a second 10. I would highly recommend start sticking the 5 into the hanging Chad slot here. Still has a lot of spades, has a few queens, has not much for 9s and 8s. Good. Yes, yes. Triple kings. This is the deciding hand of the tournament. Move the king in the slot, move the king in the slot, move the king in the slot. Please, please, please. I want to see success here. Move the spade king. Move. Oh. And that is it. That is it. Well, 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 hello. That was a good show. That was a good show indeed. Yes. Gold stake can sometimes be very brutal. But like yeah, if you even want a reference as well, I wasn't that much better. I was ante 5 round 13 on the same exact setting. Indeed. And then yeah, that was a pretty good run. I did notice the debuff. I saw like the stutter reaction when the four fingers debuffed. Yeah. hmm Another play honestly could have been the astronomer because I saw that. That would have indeed. But it was a very good show though. Yeah, yeah, stand proud. You made it this far. Yeah, no worries. And then yeah, kind of sucks that I didn't necessarily get to use my tiebreaker, but say la vie, such is it. Yeah. And then yeah, I had a whole separate segment for that as well, but yeah, yeah, indeed. Uh, yes, I'll probably do a bit of wrap up on my end. Yeah, no worries. All right. Oh, I can finally actually kind of see chat now. Like to know the tiebreaker answer because yeah, I did have you play that. I can probably even just show that for you all because I made a separate kind of thing for it. Give me a second. If you all want to very quickly play at home, if y'all want to very quickly play at home, my tiebreaker, what will this hand score? Give yourself 3 minutes to answer. I'll set it up because I made a whole like dramatic reveal for that. Give me one very quick second on that. Let me close that. Close that. I need to do a bit of file downloading. Give me 1 second. I can download these. Oh yeah, I could actually use some of my other music while we wait. Give me one quick sec. That's the screen recording. That's the JPEG. Where are we? Here. I will go with image. All right, so very quick behind the scenes look for the folks at home. This was my tiebreaker route. The challenge here, very simple. What will this hand score? I would have given everybody like a 3 minute timer or like uh, by the end of this song, whatever kind of felt right depending on timing. But I'll just let that pause, let folks around kind of take a very quick look at it. Things to note, yeah, there's the two polychromes, but it's on Perkio and not anything actually useful. The blueprint is also hitting that as well. And then we got a classic Mine Baron. It's a bit hard to see, but if you zoom, there's exactly 136 Plutos. The high card is 105 by 11, but everything is debuffed, so none of the steals will actually proc. So, what would have that scored? That I have in a separate file here. And that. And the result for said tiebreaker round, I made it this whole dramatic reveal with this music OST. That was a bit hard to see. Let me very quickly. 2.381 e to the 50. That would have been the tiebreaker score. And in that case, I would have basically went and like grabbed whoever would have got like closer to it around the time frame, basically. But yeah, no, the final score there was 2.381 e to the 50. So yeah, that was a show. That was a show. Before we do go, I would very, very, very quickly once again like to shout out IRIAM once more. Let me very quickly end the group stage. Start the final stage. And the winner is Doom. That is it. That is finalized. And before we go, I'd like to take the minute one more time to thank the shout out sponsor of the event, IRIAM. IRIAM is a streaming app built exclusively for VTubers and their fans. It is designed for your phone, making it super easy for streamers and viewers to connect, interact live, and build incredible tight knit communities. Plus, with exciting in app events, you can earn exclusive rewards and create unforgettable memories together. You can check out IRIAM right now by scanning the QR codes on the screen. And for anyone out there dreaming of becoming a VTuber, listen up. IRIAM is looking for new streamers, whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out. In fact, with their debut support program, you can even get a custom character illustration created just for you in collaboration with their team. This is an amazing opportunity you do not want to miss. If you've ever wanted to be a VTuber, this is your sign to take action. Once again, genuinely thank you to IRIAM US for sponsoring the event. And before I do go, I would like to kind of say a few words because I do have a few. I'd like to shout out June, Bunny, Evelyn, Rias, Amaya, Hatsuki from being here from day one, backing the dream. Second, a shout out to Abs for being a very strong support, believing in every step. Third, shout out to all the players, both current and former, who had the drop for whatever circumstance. This event truly would not exist if you did not have faith in me. Fourth, a shout out to the sponsor IRIAM for taking a genuine chance on a cat like me. And unfortunately, due to external circumstances, Annie and Tanya were not able to join me today, but I would still like to shout the crew behind the scenes at Chroma Shift, as well as Annie and Tanya, for at least hanging out with me thus far and helping me like get set up and comfortable with all this. Casting can be a very hard gig, so I genuinely thank you all for making it enjoyable. And really, without further ado, what is next for me? I don't necessarily know. I do have plans in mind of potential future events. Can you silence Twitch ad? I'm speaking here. I'm being sappy and sentimental. I do have a few events and ideas in mind that you never know. You might see me around for. Please keep in touch with me. You all have my contact. Thank you for the follow. I just realized I should really turn that down because ouch. Let me run my few things. There's IRIAM. Don't need to run that. Don't need to run that. Links. Oh, what's my command again? I do have a command. Give me 1 second that I did want to actually run. Commands. Music. Ah, that's the one. Here's some of the music that I did end up using around the thing. That finals round music was actually that first link. And then, yeah, you all can find me in various places. You all have my number. Please feel free to keep in touch, even just outside of it. I'd love to hang out with you all more. And without further ado, let me see if I can look for a raid target somewhere. I'll also open the floor to anybody as well if there is any. Because, like, yeah, I don't know who's kind of streaming still. Let me do a quick bit of browsing. If it cuts to ad, the raid will go out. Thank you all for hanging out if it does. Nothing there. Do we? I always was fairly bad at this. I just realized that is behind the ad spot. Whoopsie. Thank you again for supporting this. It means a lot. Thank you. Uh, da, 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 da. You're not streaming. You're not. You left. You didn't. Don't see you. Don't see you. Hmm. My apologies, my apologies, my apologies. I just want to make sure I close this off right. I'll see. Anyone kind of go first? I'll go with that. We'll see who kind of responds first. If not, I'm just gonna like hard raid one and say, okay. All right. Uh-huh. Not hearing anything back, so I do have to finish up quick. Partner. Actually, we're going to Dewey. I see partner push, so I gotta go with that. What's the username? Please go say hello. Dewey was one of the players in the event. They are currently going for partner push, so any kind of support for that type of cause is always useful. Thank you all, genuinely from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all.